the stay. As weak you see, it's been a bird of white wings, not for you. I have to kind of dry. Oh, fat now.
Needless to say, during my stay in Anstruther, I'd been cozying up to the men who ran the Reaper. They're a fine body of active retirees who spend their winters working on the vessel and their summers drinking at various festivals all along the coast. Today we are off across to the other side of the Forth for the annual Port Seaton Festival or something or other. Reaper now has a lovely, powerful, reliable engine, but her comparatively small rudder and long, deep keel make her a right bugger to manoeuvre in and out of these tight harbour entrances. But the old blokes are dab hands at ramming fenders in the right place should the wind or the current whip the Reaper out of the control of the man on the helm. We barely left port when up went the sails and out came the beers. Bloody good on you, lads. These twin-masted vessels started appearing in the Firth of Forth around the 1860s. Big ones like Reaper, at 70 foot overall and weighing in at 60 tons, had crews of 8. The freestanding masts left a magnificent deck area and workspace right in the centre of the vessel. Reaper was one of hundreds of herring drifters that worked all along this coast during the years of the herring boom. The vessels would leave port in the early evening, set their nets and then drift all night.
What a treat. What a treat.
What can we repeat?
They'd haul the nets in at first light and head for port, where the herring would be gutted, trimmed, covered in salt and pressed into barrels in an operation that involved hundreds of itinerant shore-based workers. Then they overfished the herring, and that was the end of yet another fishing boom. Reaper was fitted with her first engine in 1916 and was sent up to Shetland, where she fished the teeming northern waters. During the 1940s, she was sent south to England as part of the war effort, mainly running supplies out to naval ships. Then in the 50s, she was back in Shetland, where she was used as a flit vessel, running goods to and from outlying island communities. She did a brief spell as a gaff-rigged sail training ship, before falling into the hands of the marvellous men of the Scottish Fisheries Museum at Anstruther, or Ainster, and they restored her to her former glory. At the peak of Fifey fishing on the Firth of Forth, some of the local harbours had upwards of 25 vessels working out of them. The crews of 8 were fit young men who could fling their fifes around like dinghies. They're brilliant reaching machines, but less impressive when working to windward. I'm told that on quiet nights, while the fleet was at sea, you could hear music and shanties drifting across the still waters. 8 men is a great number for a band, and some skippers chose crew as much for their musical skills as for their prowess as seamen. Can you imagine those sublime sounds coming across the limpid water as fifey crews took turns outperforming each other? While under engine, the movement of Reaper was rolling and sick-making, but something happens to her and to us when the sails go up. She rolls gently with the following sea. The conversation rolls as gently as the vessel. She generally only sails on starboard, as taking her through the wind is a dangerous and difficult affair, especially with a crew of elderly men on board and a gantry laid along the starboard deck. Right now, and for the foreseeable future, Reaper is in the capable hands of an ever-evolving crew of mostly old blokes. They join as fit, fresh retirees, full of vim and vigour, and they help the older ones to keep going until it's their turn to be helped a little along the way. Coming into port was an exciting affair. But it was not the first time the Reaper has clonked a wall, nor will it be the last. Once carefully attached to the drying wall in Port Seton, the old blokes can retire to the cosy overheated cabin down below and drink, talk, sing a bit, and then fall off to snoring beer-fuelled sleep, all in one cabin. Well done, chaps. It was a real privilege sailing with you.